Wall bag training is a very important part of your Wing Chun training. One thing that it does, it allows you to condition the structures in your arm and in your hand so that you can have a strong, stable structure when you strike something. Oftentimes people can hurt their hands when they strike. Maybe if someone is used to wearing gloves and hand wraps to stabilize their hand, if they were to take their gloves off and their hand wraps off and they were hit without their protection of their hands may not be strong, and so they could hurt their hands, or they hit improperly and they hurt their hands. In fact, someone could actually be physically stronger than their hand from all their wonderful training and hurt their hand because their body overpowers their hand. So the wall bag training is very important to develop the structures and the condition of this area of the body, the final impact area against an opponent. Now, I did not create this. However, I'm passing this down to you. This type of training was done by bare knuckle boxers 150, 200 years ago to develop their hands before the advent of the boxing glove, okay? So not only were they doing it, but the Chinese were doing it. Iron palm training and things of that nature were done on bags like this. Maybe not on a wall. There was a little stand that you can do iron palm training with, but this is very similar in what it's trying to accomplish with the punch, okay? So we're going to get into the structure now, how to set you up and what you're going to be feeling and sensing. For example, there is an old saying in Wing Chun that says, when doing the wall bag training, if doing it right, your legs should give out before your arms. What do I mean by that? Well, if we're in Yi Chi Kim Young Ma, which means I have the 6 elements of good form, I'm Kim Sut in the knees, Ting Yu in the pelvis and lower back, my knees and my toes are turned inward, and I'm sinking down to the ground. This part of my structure should not change while hitting the wall bag, okay? So when I hit, I don't want to be standing up. Say I'm standing up. I don't want to be standing up. I want to be lak ma. Lak ma means lowering the stance from the erect position. So I'm standing tall like this, and now I'm lowering my center of gravity down. See that I'm standing tall? Lower the center of gravity down. Hoi ma, opening of the horse. My butt doesn't want to stick out. I want to let my spine just unfold downwards here as I'm tucking upwards at my dantian. My low rectus abdominis muscles below my belly button are coming up. My rear end is sitting down, so my pelvis turns underneath, straightening the lower back. This is very important. So now that I have Ting Yu, my knees and the bend of my legs, these are my shock absorbers. See? Like a shock absorber in a car. And these are my shock absorbers. I'm exaggerating the facts so that you can see what I'm talking about. Bend in the knee has replaced the curvature of the lumbar curve that is natural. We're taking away the lumbar curve, making the back straight, so that we now have a curve down here. That's your shock absorption. Okay? So these are the things you want to continue to have all the while you're hitting the bag. Anyone can walk up to a bag and start hitting on it. There's a proper way to develop you though. And this is the way. Keeping your structure and then hitting the bag. I mentioned at the end of the first part that we should hit with the bottom 3 knuckles. So the bottom 3 knuckles hit,